silver screen legendary actress Glynis Johns has passed away. She's best known for her role as the suffragette mother in Mary Poppins.
Johns was a Tony Award-winning stage and screen star who appeared in dozens of films over her 60-year career. Johns also introduced the world to the Sondheim classic Send in the Clowns during the original Broadway run of A Little Night Music in the 1970s. In a statement, her manager said, quote, "Today is a somber day for Hollywood. Not only do we mourn the passing of our dear Glynis, but we mourn the end of the golden age of Hollywood."
Today I'm going to be visiting the gravesite of Glynis Johns, the iconic screen and stage actress. She appeared on stage at an early age and made her film debut in the 1938 film South Riding. This is the spectacular Rhossili Bay near the city of Swansea in South Wales. Glynis Johns' gravesite is only a couple of miles away from here as the crow flies, although it's a 50 minutes drive to get there. When you look in this direction, you could be in Fiji or the Philippines. It's also got a little bit of a Jurassic Park feel about it. Glynis Johns appeared in over 60 films and 30 plays, and she was one of the last surviving stars of the golden age of Hollywood. She was nominated for both an Academy Award and the Golden Globe, and she won a Tony Award in 1973. She was born in Pretoria, South Africa in 1923. Her parents were touring South Africa at the time. Glynis Johns was the daughter of the Welsh actor Mary Johns.
Mary Johns was a Welsh actor who had a long career in TV and film. He became an unexpected star of British films during World War II. He's fondly remembered as Bob Cratchit in the 1951 film Scrooge. His other film roles include Dead of Night, Went the Day Well, and the 1963 remake of The Old Dark House. His first wife and mother of Glynis Johns was Alice Steele, an Australian concert pianist.
You've got the remains of a shipwreck here. In 1941, Glynis Johns appeared in the British war drama film 49th Parallel, starring alongside names like Leslie Howard, Raymond Massey and Laurence Olivier. She started to become more well known in America from the early 1950s, appearing on TV and on Broadway, as well as appearing in a number of films, including the Disney film The Sword and the Rose. In 1960, she starred alongside Robert Mitchum in the film Sundowners, and she was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her performance in this film. Her father, Mary Johns, also appeared in this film, and this was the second time that they worked together. They had both appeared in the 1944 film The Halfway House, which was set and partly filmed in Wales. Glynis Johns is best remembered as Winifred Banks in the 1964 classic Mary Poppins. She was a good singer, but she did have to have her songs written especially for her, as her husky voice made it difficult for her to sustain notes for long. It's the 1st of May today, and it's unseasonably warm. So I'm surprised there's nobody in the water. I wonder how much that house up there is worth. The beach seems to stretch for a couple of kilometres. I believe there's another beach. Once you go around the corner at the far end there's another beach there. Some other information about Glynis Johns. She was married and divorced 4 times. She suffered from stage fright throughout her career. and she was the mother of the actor Gareth Forwood, whom she outlived. She appears on the cover of the Led Zeppelin 2 album, and this was kind of an inside joke within the band. It seems that the man who engineered their first album was called Glynis Johns. She was a guest villain in the 1960s Batman TV show, where she played the part of Lady Penelope Peasoup. She was proud of her Welsh roots, and she took delight in playing the female lead opposite Richard Burton in the 1971 film Under Milk Wood. Later on in her career, she appeared in an episode of Murder, She Wrote, and she was Diane's mother in an episode of Cheers. She was the grandmother character in the Sandra Bullock film While You Were Sleeping, and her final film before retiring was the 1999 film Superstar. It's a bit of a climb to get off the beach to go to the car park. It was a bad idea wearing these trainers. I've got blisters on the back of both heels now. I'm glad I came here. I'll definitely be coming back. Okay, let's make our way to Burry Port now to see the grave of Glynis Johns. And this is Jerusalem Chapel in Burry Port, the final resting place of Glynis Johns. Glynis Johns lived to the age of 100. She died in Los Angeles on January 4th, 2024. As per her will, she was cremated and her ashes were transported to Wales to be buried in the family grave here in Burry Port. A solemn funeral service was held in this chapel, and Gynis Johns' song Bring In the Clowns was played during the service. Now, I mentioned earlier that Glynis Johns' ashes were buried in the family grave. There wasn't actually enough room on the headstone to add her name to it, so they've placed a marker just in front of the headstone. I've been looking at the dates on some of the headstones, and they seem to be dated from the late 1800s onwards. David James Morris, grandson of James and Elizabeth Morris of Craig Capel, who died June 13th, 1891, aged 8. This one's in Welsh. In dear memory of David Webb from this place, who died March 17th, 1906, at the age of 42. Okay, I think the grave's over here. And I'm glad to see that somebody's left some flowers on the grave. Let's go around this way. Yeah, here we are. Glynis Margaret Johns, born October 5th, 1923, died January 4th, 1924, aged 100 years. The headstone is very hard to read, but it starts out in Welsh, so her ancestors would have been Welsh speakers, and there's a number of family members who've been buried here. And if you come down to the bottom, it looks like somebody decided to clean the bottom part of the headstone. You see Mervyn John's name there, father of Glynis. Glad to see that somebody's left some flowers here. I was worried I was going to come here and there were No flowers. Looks like somebody's left the rock here. I'll do the same. This concrete looks pretty old, so I'm not sure how they buried the ashes. Maybe they've cut a section underneath the marker here to bury them. Glynis Johns would visit Wales during the height of her fame for respite. She chose a very humble gravesite amongst her people, instead of being buried somewhere like Forest Lawn, Glendale or Hollywood Forever Cemetery in Los Angeles.
Sometimes I wonder what you see, 'cause I'm